Hey folks, welcome back to the homestead. So this is a product review today on an automatic watering system. If you've ever looked for any automatic watering systems, you've probably seen these. These are the kind that are supposed to just take a bottle of water and they set inside of here, and you set this down into the pot, and then you have a dripper that comes off of it and continuously drips, kind of like a drip irrigation system. And so cool idea. I'm getting ready to go away on vacation, so I needed something like this, so I thought I'd give these a try and show you how they work and what I think of them. So let's get it all put together and we'll see how they work. So this part right here is clearly the part that you put the bottle into and stick into the ground. Let's see what else we got here. So this looks like it goes down inside of here. Maybe. You know, it'd probably be better if I had some instructions. I'm sure there are instructions, but we can just figure these things out, right? Give me a minute and I'll come back. Okay, so we have the spike portion here, and then you have this portion here, and apparently this part of it is going to go up inside of the bottle, like that. Okay, so it goes actually the fat side down into the spike portion. And I'm expecting it's going to clip in there or something. Oh, it's threaded. It's supposed to screw into there. Okay. All right. It's using your brain. Okay. So it screws into there. And then we have this portion here. And this is just like a dripper you would find in drip irrigation. It's not identical, but it's very similar, the same kind of concept. And so this looks like it's going to slip right into this hole. If you can find it there we are. That's going to slip right in there, like this. All right, and then with that inside of there now, when you loosen or tighten this end right here, that's going to change the flow rate at which the water will drip out the bottom. Okay. So, I think you're supposed to cut the bottom off of this water bottle. And obviously I'm not going to waste the water. I'm going to drink this because it is hot out. Let's see. Does it say? See, I would think you could just punch a hole in it. I wouldn't think you would need to cut the bottom entirely off. Let's try that. So we're going to drink this water, then we're going to fill it up with some other water, and we're going to try just punching a hole in the bottom before we go cutting it off. Because if we cut it off, then it's going to be really kind of flimsy. I understand it'd be easier to refill, but let's experiment first. You know, if I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. Whenever possible, use fish pond water when you're watering your plants. Okay, so we'll use that because we have it. All right, so here you can see we got a whole bunch of new raspberry plants that are going to be going in the ground before too long here. Unfortunately, I have to go away on a vacation. Don't have time to get them in the ground. So we'll pop that on there. We're going to stick this upside down here, and let's punch a hole. Well, that doesn't work. It just all spilled out all over the place. Clearly that's not right. Back to the drawing board. All right, so I figured out the trick. The trick is the type of bottle that you're using. Apparently, it doesn't work with Aquafina. The bottle, the nozzle there, whatever you call that, the mouth of this, on the Aquafina bottle is just a little bit too big. It said right in there that you can use a Diet Coke bottle, so I have a Diet Coke bottle. So we tried that and it fits just a little more snugly, and so that seems to be doing the trick. Now of course it can't be leaning at all. It has to be pretty even, pretty straight up and down and sitting squarely inside of there. But once you do that, okay, as long as it's not leaning at all, it'll be fine. As soon as it starts to dip, right, you can see it's going to lose water that way, or if this is tilted off to the side and it has an air gap in there, right, then it can start to do the same thing. Now you can see this is starting to drip a little bit here, right? Let me bring this camera in a little closer down here by the soil so you can see it better. All right, so hopefully it is bright enough that you can see this here. So one challenge I'm seeing with this is that if your soil is too loose, it won't hold up to the weight of this. It wants to tilt one way or another. So you really have to kind of push it way down in here. If you don't have very well compacted soil, and compacted soil is not really a good thing. You want it firm, but not really compact. Anyways, you get the point. So if you have to go too low, then your dripper is buried into the soil, and I don't know that's really going to do much for you. But as we open the dripper up by unscrewing this, the more we open it up, the more it's going to drip. So let me pull it up here so you can see. So there, it's pretty wide open. You see how much is dripping there? We'll tighten this back down. And you can see as we screw it back down, now we've really kind of cut off the dripping. As we start to open it back up, well, that's going a little bit there. Close it down a little more if we want to really slow it down. Okay. All right, so that gives you an idea of how that works. Let's see how long it will take. This bottle's almost full. Let's see. You see the water level is up there, okay? This bottle's almost full. Let's see how long it will take if we open it up all the way. That's pretty much all the way right there. If we open it up all the way, let's see how long it takes for it to drain completely. All right, so I'm gonna start counting it down. All right, so that took just over 6 minutes for that to fully empty that bottle, which clearly isn't going to serve us any purpose as an automatic watering system that we can have to go away on vacation or something. We need something that's going to, go a lot slower than that. So the next thing to do will be actually to close it all the way off, except for just a little bit, leave it just barely open so it drips at kind of the minimum speed. See how long does it take to fully empty that bottle. But we also have to consider is that going to give it enough water over that period of time. So that's kind of going to be determined based on what plant you're growing, how big of a pot it's in, the temperature conditions and humidity and all of that, and what type of plant it is. So, but this will give us some information. Okay, so that'll be my next experiment, to go ahead and close it all the way up, and I'll come back and let you know what we find out. All right, let's take a look at where we're at. This has been about 2.5 days, a little over 2.5 days, and we are running at a drip rate. We were running at a drip rate about 1 drop every 12 seconds or so, but now that the water has drained mostly out, it doesn't have as much weight pushing down, and so now it's definitely slowed down to probably closer to about 1 drop every 20 seconds, 25 seconds or so. Oh, and real quickly, you'll notice there's a little indent right down underneath of the nozzle there. And that was me just pushing my finger down in there to essentially make like a little hole where the water can drip into and it won't clog the nozzle up. That is something you have to be cautious of. Just like a globe thing where you stick them down into the soil, if they get clogged up, they're not going to drip. Well, it's the same here. If that gets clogged, it's not going to drip. Now, like I said, 2.5 days or so for one 20-ounce bottle. So that might work for you if you're going away on a short trip and you need to make sure that they've got some water. Okay, that might work. If you needed to go longer, then you can go to a larger bottle, like a 1 liter or a 2 liter bottle, and you might be able to make that work. In the soil that I've got here, well, I probably couldn't, because the weight of it pushing down, and it's going to push that nozzle down to where it's probably going to start clogging it up, or it's going to tip over. But if you had more compacted soil, tighter soil or something like that, you might be able to make that work, no problem. They are a good product. I mean, they do work. I like the fact that you can dial up the speed that you want on it, how much you want it to drip. And so maybe you can find applications where they'll work for you. So anyways, I also noticed that in the beginning, I thought I was going to have to cut the bottle. I did not have to cut the bottle. that's a different type of product where you do that. But with this one, did not have to do that. So you can just leave the bottle whole, fill it up, carry it over, tip in there. It's going to be a lot easier design to work with. I guess if the top was cut off, you could probably make refilling easier. You can just come back in and put some water in, but I don't know. Anyways, I hope you found this helpful. I'll leave a link down below if you want to get these. They were not expensive. You get like, I think I got 12 of them. And so anyways, I'll leave a link down below. You can see what they are. Thanks for watching. Hope you found this helpful. If you liked the video, hit the like button. And if you want to see more, hit the subscribe. Thanks, bye-bye.